Good evening, Kenya. It is the 11th day of August 2025. Welcome to our bulletin right here on Younib TV. This evening we have a lot lined up for you, including President Ruto's pledge to every player and technical bench member of Harambee Stars that they will pocket 2.5 million shillings if they win their upcoming group matches on Sunday. But for that and more concise news, let's take a look at the top stories making the headlines this evening.
Every election cycle, he has been mobilizing my cousins.
Tukishinda hivi, kila mtu 2.5 million.
Pamoja kwa sababu Nakuru ni ya kila mtu.
Welcome to Younib Live at 9. The bulletin begins right now. My name is Alphonce. Ouma. President William Ruto has sweetened the deal for Harambee Stars, and this time it's more than just patriotic pride on the line. Speaking on Monday afternoon following the team's stunning victory over Morocco, the president announced that every player will get 2.5 million shillings and a 3-bedroomed house under the affordable housing.
Kenya. Bwana Yesu asifiwe.
Sasa Sunday, nataka sasa tukue na deal mpya. Ya Sunday. Sasa Sunday, si tunashinda? Yes. Inshallah kwa mpenzi ya Mungu. Tunashinda. Si ndio? Yes. Sasa vile tulifanya ile hesabu siku ile. Tulifanya hesabu hapo. Sasa mnajua maja niwakumbushe. Nimeongeza kidogo. Sasa Sunday tukishinda hivi kila mtu 2.5 million. Sindio? Tukishinda. Tumekubaliana? Yes. Ni sawa hapo? 2.5 kila mtu. Mpaka na watu wa bench hawa sitaki kusumbuana na haya. Si tukishinda tumequalify? Yes. Si ndio? Yes. Sasa hapo kwa quotas, hapo kwa quotas. Tukishinda quotas, si ndio? Yes. Sasa juu ya 1 million, juu ya 1 million nitaongeza ile mumeomba. Si mmesema mnataka affordable house?
Yes. While addressing mourners at the funeral of former Rarieda MP Bob Jalango Nyanduga held at Obaga Primary School, ODM party leader Raila Odinga broke his silence on the controversial decision to work with the Kenya Kwanza administration. Odinga emphasized that the move wasn't political appeasement, but a patriotic necessity. He revealed that at the time of the handshake, Kenya was teetering on the edge, rocked by waves of nationwide protests that had threatened to plunge the country into chaos. Odinga defended the ODM's decision as one taken in the country's best interest and not political convenience.
We talked yesterday, and we said where we were sometimes last year, we are on the precipice. And explained countries which have been the precipice and those that have tipped over. Look at Somalia, a failed state today. Look at Sudan, a failed state today. Look at Egypt, there was the Arab Spring. In Tunisia, go to Egypt, military regime in Egypt. So where we were we were at a stage where Kenya could actually easily take over and become a failed state. So it was then necessary to take emergency measures to ensure that we do not get into the precipice. It was necessary to make compromises in the interest of the country. This is what we did, and we don't regret having taken that the action that we did. We did it in the best interest of Kenya. But I also talked yesterday about good governance that we want to see in our country. The issue of corruption is a cancer in our society. And you cannot really develop the irrespective of all the kind of steps you take unless you actually tame this animal called corruption.
Let's stick a little bit with the ODM party leader. Now, ODM leader Raila Odinga is once again in the political crosshairs, this time from DCP party boss Rigathi Gachagua, who accuses him of deceiving his supporters and using them as means to gain entry into government. Speaking to Kenyans in Anaheim, Southern California, Gachagua didn't hold back, saying the country needs a fresh start come 2027. His remarks underscore the growing rift and realignment ahead of the next general election as leaders position themselves in an increasingly unpredictable political landscape.
Every election cycle, he has been mobilizing my cousins. The minute he gets there, he doesn't intend to be president. He has no such intention. He's not interested. He likes power, but with no responsibility. He doesn't want to take responsibility. So he creates problems. He is invited into government and starts eating. And that is why, like now, he is quiet. Because he's a very good observer of good manners. When you're on the table eating, you don't talk. So these cousins now have found their way as a family. And now all the cousins are talking the same language. So I saw Tinga the other day crying about cousins. He was crying in a funeral. Instead of mourning the late Phoebe Asio, he was mourning the loss of cousins from his grip.
Kenya's judiciary is fast-tracking its transformation into a fully digitized system, and Chief Justice Martha Koome is leading the charge. Speaking during a joint session with the Federal Supreme Court of Ethiopia in Nairobi, the CJ outlined a series of tech-driven reforms aimed at increasing efficiency and access to justice. These include enhancing online court services, linking up justice sector institutions such as the police and prisons, and setting up ICT self-help desk at Huduma centers across the country. She noted that the judiciary has already made significant strides, citing the rollout of nationwide e-filing, virtual hearings, and real-time case tracking.
The goal of this program is to augment the capacity of the Federal Supreme Court of Ethiopia to design and implement integrated case management information system and an electronic record management system. By deploying this system, we are aimed to deliver timely and efficient justice, improve access for all our citizens, and ultimately strengthen the public trust in our judiciary system.
I'm sure both the Kenyan judiciary and the Ethiopian judiciary were for very many years constrained by manual processes and operations in our courts and registries. And the result, of course, is that there is backlog of cases, inefficiency in registry operations, and limited access to critical information, which has led to decreased public confidence in our judiciaries. Technology will help us know how many cases are pending, where are they pending, why are they pending, and then how do we address this question of backlog of cases.
Women, children, persons with disability, how do they access courts? How do we serve them? The small claims courts that takes care of the small people in business whose livelihood is hinged on the little margin that they get from their business or the sustainability of that business. So if there is a dispute, that dispute can be resolved as quickly as possible.
Well, we take a quick break right here on Younib TV live at 9. See you on the other side of the broadcast for more stories.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back to the broadcast. A chilling discovery has sent shockwaves through Rongo town in Migori County after a body was found inside an abandoned truck. According to eyewitnesses, two unidentified individuals were seen parking the vehicle on Friday night, claiming they would return the next day. But when they failed to show up, suspicions grew, and upon inspection, authorities found a body wrapped in cloth in the vehicle. The grim find has triggered a full-scale police investigation, and the remains were moved to Rosewood Mortuary as detectives work to piece together the circumstances surrounding the death. The identities of the suspects and the victim remain as unknown as of now.
Gari iliwekwa, gari ilikuja on Friday jioni, ililala ikasinda, na leo tumegundua kuna mtu ndani ambaye amewawa na ako ndani ya gari. Tunakemea sasa, kama sisi kama watu wa Rongo tunakemea hii kitendo isitendeke tena.
Mwendo saa 6 usiku nikiwa natembea, kulikuwa gari ya Coca-Cola hapa na gari nyingine pale. Nasikia vundo. Mimi ndo nistuka. Watu hawakujua. Na mimi sikujua kuna mtu kule ndani. Sasa wenye walikuja kuweka kazi yao wanasema kuna uvundo hapa hivi ndani. Kuna uvundo. Ili nibidi niende kituoni cha polisi Rongo Kamagambo, nikaripoti, ndio naona wamekuja wakarimu.
A major blow has been dealt to the illicit alcohol trade in Kakamega County following a joint operation by police at Nakada. 3 suspects were arrested in the Malina area on suspicion of being behind a local network distributing illegal alcohol and narcotics. During the raid, officers seized 400 kilograms of sugar and various other materials believed to be used in the production of illicit brews. Authorities say the crackdown is part of ongoing efforts to combat the manufacture and sale of dangerous substances which continue to pose a threat to public health and safety. Investigations are ongoing as the suspects remain in police custody.
This is a nationwide enforcement activities concerning illicit brew. So we are here in Kakamega following a complaint from members of the public of some establishment or homesteads conducting illicit brew activities. So today at around 5:30, we visited Malinya, that is in Kakamega South, and we raided 2 homesteads, whereby we found some activities of illicit brew manufacturing ongoing, and in the process, we were able to arrest 3 people within those 2 homesteads and assorted failures used for the purposes of manufacturing of illicit brew, that is changa. So according to the intelligence on the ground we received is that the manufacturing had been conducted around midnight, and the changa produced had been transported over the night. So it was unfortunate, but we are on the radar to ensure we'll have to net the activities.
Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika is calling for calm in the country's increasingly charged political landscape. Speaking in Kuresoi North Sub-County, Governor Kihika urged politicians and stakeholders to put national interests above partisan battles. She warned that the rising political temperatures risk stalling the government's development agenda and undermining the president's legacy projects. She rallied fellow leaders to stand behind President Ruto's vision and support ongoing initiatives aimed at transforming the lives of Kenyans.
Kwa hivyo tusitikie watu wa kukuja kutuchochea kwa misingi ya ukabila. Si ndio? Tukae vizuri pamoja, kwa sababu Nakuru ni ya kila mtu. Nakuru si ya Mkikuyu, Nakuru si ya Mkale, Nakuru si ya Mkisii, si ya Mumasai, Nakuru ni ya sisi wote. Kwa hivyo we shall not allow mtu akuje hapa kutuchochea.
Sisi wote viongozi wenye mlichagua kwa debe tumesema sisi tutafanya kazi kwa pamoja. Tunajua serikali yetu ya William Ruto alipata serikali kwa hali mahututi. Uchumi ilikuwa imeharibika. Lakini kwa mahali ambapo tumesimama ndio maana tumepata nguvu kuongea na nyinyi.
Let me talk to those who are inciting Kenyans that mambo ya incitement inaleta shida na hakuna mtu atapata faida. Kunayo. Kwa hivyo wale mnacheza siasa yenu wachaneni na sisi. Mambo ya milima, tuko na milima moja tu peke yake ya hapa ya Baraka. Ama mnajua milima ingine? Milima ni ile ya Baraka, si ndio? Hatutaki fitina ambayo inaleta uchochezi.
As Kilifi County marked World Drowning Prevention Day at Vidazini Beach, sobering statistics were shared and 21 people have drowned along the county's beaches in just 1 year. According to Irene Opicho, the county's lead disaster management officer, most of the victims were tourists unfamiliar with the waters, while others were local fishermen. In response, the county has ramped up preventive measures, including the training of over 140 lifeguards deployed across key coastal hotspots like Mutua, Kilifi, Watamu, Mayumbu, Malindi, and Ngomeni. The initiative is part of a broader disaster mitigation strategy aimed at turning Kilifi into a model for coastal safety and tourism projection.
As a county government, this was an awareness creation forum to tell people about how many lives we've lost, about what they can do to prevent further loss of lives, that drowning is actually preventable, and that all of us have a responsibility in keeping ourselves safe. We have recruited 140 lifeguards spread across the ocean from Mutua all the way to Ngomeni. These are lifeguards have the necessary skills. But again, we will still conduct more trainings just to empower them.
For this year, 2025, from January to now, Kilifi County has recorded 21 incidences that are marine related, and out of these incidences, we have lost 16 people, with casualties numbers being at 34. And within this, we also have the missing fishermen 5, and then we also have 2 that have been missing from June, and one from June and the other one from May.
And that's all we had lined up for you on today's Younib Live at 1. Oh, rather, Younib Live at 9. Thank you so much for staying with us. Stay informed, stay safe. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, do have a good night from all of us here. Many thanks goes to all those who made this broadcast a success. Peter Ngitriu behind the lens, and the chief controller this evening has been Eunice Mutua. My name is Alphonce Ouma.